Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 134 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday? Today's Wednesday. Oh, crap. I just remembered the garbage man's coming, and he comes pretty early, and we haven't put the garbage out yet. Oopsie. Man, I'm getting my butt kicked, you guys. I need to stop doing it. Good morning, Lee. How's it going, brother? Good day, good day. Hey, cuz, how's it going? Good morning. Alrighty. Let's get to business. Alrighty, I'll see you guys on the other side. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Farhan, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Marcus Aurelius. What's up, man? Good morning. I didn't get to watch the whole thing yesterday, and excuse me for missing your live show. I was at a meeting, what have you, so I wasn't able to see it, but I think it was awesome. I can't wait to connect. We'll do that. And keep going, my friend. Keep going. You got this. Okay, we have our reading session that we're going to get into, reading routine. And I'm currently reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And we have about 92 pages to go. And then we'll be into our next book here. So if you're joining us for the first time and you don't have anything to read, go ahead and jump on your phone and pull out something to read on your phone. And the reason why I like reading like paperback or hardback books is because I just feel like it's just getting back to the basics, but if the technology reading is what you prefer, then so be it. But I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay. Alrighty. So now, welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to get into our journaling routine. So, in our journaling routine, what I usually like to start with is the things that I'm grateful for in the morning. So the most important things are, waking up, and having exceptional health. Those are the two most important things that I show my appreciation for. And then from there, I pretty much just continue on to write about yesterday's successes, and then pretty much script my day for the rest of today and what I'm anticipating and what I'm expecting. And then if there's any thoughts or ideas in my mind that I need to get out of my head and down onto the paper, it's a perfect opportunity to do that. So with that being said, if you guys need some help or some shape around writing in your journal, let me know after the show or after our journey today, and we'll go from there. But until then, I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. And congratulations. Good morning, Auntie. How's it going? So, all right, let me see here. We have officially finished our second journal. So I think it was like 670 pages in 134 days that we've written. So yay to accomplishment. Yay to finishing. And we briefly mentioned, like I said earlier, my brother Mark started a live show yesterday, or did a live show yesterday that was pretty entertaining. He was on the journey to greatness. He was on the journey to greatness, I think, a little over a month ago. You guys should go find that episode. It was pretty cool. We were driving in the car. But actually, it was my brother Mark who bought me this book for my birthday, or this journal for my birthday. And the front reads, "Let your faith be bigger than your fear." And the very first entry, October of 2017, was, "This is a book for dreams, the literal, the physical, as well as the conceptual. No matter how apparently small or how seemingly mammoth these dreams are, they belong here. They will be nurtured here. May all of the contents held within this tome inspire you when revisited. May all of these imaginings be brought to flesh and bone to serve us here in the material." We've been through a lot, and through writing through this book. And the only thing I can say is thank you. Thank you to everybody who's on the journey. There's so many more good things to come. So we're writing history right now. All of us who keep a journal. To jump over into our book, for the highlight, I think the biggest thing that Napoleon Hill's talking about in this chapter is that a lot of times we shun people who are creators. And we not only shun people who are creators, but we complain about them sometimes. So Napoleon Hill talks about let's see here. He says, "Millions of men and women throughout the nation are still engaged in this popular pastime of trying to get without giving. Some of them are lined up with the labor unions, where they all demand shorter hours and more pay. They come in response to the call of civilization through the labor of ingenuity and organizing ability of men who have imagination, faith, enthusiasm, decision, persistence. These men are known as capitalists. They are motivated by the desire to build, construct, achieve, render useful service, earn profits, and accumulate riches. And because they render service without which there would be no civilization, they put themselves in the way of great riches." See, the thing is about being a creator is you're one of the first people, like, for example, some of the founding fathers of Bitcoin, some of the people who started it, they're in prison, or at least they went to prison, because they say that and it was a ridiculous reason why they went to prison, but they pause. The way that the movie explains their cause or their reason for going to prison, they made some cross references to common things that made some sense. And if you guys are interested, you guys should check that out. But my point here is that creators are held in a different light, because we're usually the first people to show up, and when we're the first people to show up, then to create something or to build something, whether it be a business or new technology or new philosophy or whatever it may be. A lot of the times creators, so this book is suggesting, I think we can manifest a different reality for ourselves, but this book is suggesting that creators are shunned upon to a large degree until their ideas become bigger than their words, and their reality, starts to reflect, in their material world, starts to prove to people that, they were truly, on the right page the whole entire time. But what the book is talking about here, he talks about people who take money from the government. He went back to the time of the Great Depression, and um, how that, started with like mobster gangs and things like that, where people were trying to literally take without giving. And so, a lot of people are like, yeah, go government, go labor unions. We can get more pay for less hours. But at the same time, that opened up the door for gangsters to come through and, demand everything and, to be paid. And so he's like, yeah, it's a gentle reminder, that you want to just keep that ecosystem of, giving and receiving very live and well. And what's even more beautiful about that, as I went back and I read our milestone, so our $1 million statement that we made, or our multi-million-dollar statements that we made not too long ago, is in this book, Napoleon Hill says to manifest, right? So in order to create, manifest a reality for yourself, the formula again here is you have an idea, you write that idea down, you say when you're going to achieve that idea by, and then you mention what you're going to give in return. You mention what you're going to give in return. You mention what you're going to give in return. That's the kicker. I didn't really realize that until I started reading this book. In my mind, I have ideas of, starting a nonprofit organization that helps, all students really, in certain capacities, to go to college and to graduate, in this program to be nationally known as a program that's graduated hundreds of students all over the country, right? I know that I want to give back through volunteering. So my point here is that internally, I understand what my give backs are going to be, right? A couple of many. But in the book, it actually talks about materializing what that give back looks like also. And when I really think about it now, when you think about like Tony Robbins, and a lot of these other like public speakers, they have a lot of nonprofit organizations where they give money back and they feed millions of families a year, right? Or at least Tony Robbins does. That's the one I know the most about. That's also to a degree, I think, a tax haven, but really that type of stuff stems from the deepest roots of, of his heart and his kindness, knowing that he can put that money anywhere that he chooses. So my point here is that we have to focus on giving back, and that's where we cultivate an environment that is surrounded in love. Because of our generosity, the universe blesses us 10 times over. But when we're always like, oh, I want $1 million, oh, I want a better car, oh, I want a better house, and you're doing it in a way that is always taking, that may not be the healthiest route. And that's what the book is talking about today. So going into the next chapter, as we finish out that section of the book, we're going into the mastery of procrastination, the 7th step to riches. And procrastination, as we all know, is the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. Procrastination is a very interesting thing to experience, actually. I think that the one way to overcome procrastination is to make a mental declaration that you are no longer going to be a procrastinator. And the one way to do that is by, at least the one way that I did that to eliminate a lot of my procrastination tendencies, is I just told myself that I'm a business owner and I'm no longer going to take more than 5 seconds to make a decision. This was probably 4 years ago when I met my fiance. And, lo and behold, me doing that one thing actually, led me to the place of meeting such a wonderful person. And so with that being said, had I not done that, I probably would have just left that day and just went to work. So my point here is that the one way to train yourself through that mindset is by starting with something slow. Cool thing is you can do it with anything, like if you know you have something that needs to get done, set a goal for yourself. I want to get this done by X time. And then you go ahead and you go ahead and execute until, that thing is complete and ahead of time or ahead of schedule. Another way to do it is by showing up early. That's perfect. You're not procrastinating to get your stuff, gather your things, and get to the appointment on time. Punctuality is I think a very big thing to me. A very big thing, just so all of you guys know. But internally, it eats me up when I'm late. So with that being said, procrastination, understand it's going to be there, but we just have to be proactive in executing our way around it and above it. So with that, I love you guys. Talking about oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, brother. And I think that if we don't get out of the art of giving, then our world will forever go round and round. And we talked about a speech community or a community where there are people. So, okay, look, the journey to greatness is going to grow to over 10,000 people in Seattle, right? I already know this. And all over the world, it's going to grow to like over 1 million. And the whole preface, and for everyone who's on this journey with me today, and for a lifetime, let's say, once we get to a certain level, some of the founding ideas are around some of the founding ideas of the community in the speech community are around the ideas of we're going to create a network that is so strong, so energetic, that it's going to have the power to move whatever we want. And the thing is, though, and this is what I think is going to be a beautiful creation. Once the energy and the movement becomes so strong, then all of the people that are within it, I'm trying to clearly and concisely explain this. So you have a group of very, very influential people, okay? And I'm talking influential in our own respects. Morning, Symphony. Good morning. Influential in our own respects, right? So we're all powerful. We're all the greatest. For all of us to know that and be in one room, we can invite other people who come into the space. We can have people that are existing in the space who are wanting to take. But see, early on, like right now, what we're doing is we're formulating a speech community. We're formulating a space where love and non-vulturous energy will reside. And so to the point of giving and receiving, the community, just so everybody knows kind of the direction that we're headed, the community is only going to be of non-judgment, love, and giving. So when you give, you're not giving to get something back necessarily, period. I mean, not even necessarily, scratch that. Just you're not giving to get something back. And when you do it in that manner, more things are to come. But essentially, once the group gets to 10,000 people, once the group gets to 500, once the group is what it is right now, and it's great, that is a network for people to plug into. So if you're going through something or you feel like you need to find a place or a new community to plug into, you come into the space, no judgment, you're welcomed. And then with that, we pretty much move on from there. So those are just some sneak peek ideas, but there's a lot of kind of big stuff brewing, I think, with it. the journey to greatness, that is. And so with that being said, let me not exhaust my words. And I hope you all have the best day of your lives. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. Day 134 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. And everybody who chimed in on the message board, thank you. Good morning. I appreciate you. If you could jump over to the Journey to Greatness page in the caption header there under the video, and press the like button. I think we just went up another 1 or 2 likes yesterday, which is exciting because I don't want to invite people to like the page. I kind of just want to, if you feel like you're getting some value out of these morning sessions or some level of accountability, I'd really just appreciate that support. And $1 million. Sorry, I'm joking. But no, I'm just joking. But no, so I appreciate everybody for jumping on this morning. And again, happy Wednesday. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.